There are lots of things happening in the world. Objects move, fall, or rest all the time. You may think you understand why things move or don't move. But, did you know that forces acting on these objects can be measured and their motion be predicted? Renowned English scientist Sir Isaac Newton wanted to understand the world better. He thought he could describe the movement of the universe through mathematical observations. In 1687, he published his observations in a book which outlined his understanding of the laws of motion. These 3 laws of motion are still in use today and can help us understand the relationship between a body and the forces acting on it. These are Newton's 3 laws of motion.
Law of inertia. Law of inertia is also called Newton's first law, postulating physics that if a body is at rest or moving on a constant speed in a straight line, it will remain at rest or keep moving in a straight line at constant speed unless it is acted upon by a force. When it comes to the law of motion, inertia is one of the greats. Inertia resists change in motion. And in inertia, there isn't just one type. Instead, you'll find the different 3 types of inertia, including first is the inertia of rest. An object stays where it is placed and it will stay there until you or something else move it. Example, dust particles stay at rest until you shake the carpet. Second is the inertia of motion. An object will continue at the same speed until a force acts on it. Example, body going forward when a car stops. Inertia of direction. An object will stay moving in the same direction unless your force acts on it. Example, one's body movement to the side when a car makes a sharp turn, just like this.
Now let's talk about the Newton's second law. Newton's second law talks about how fast an object would move. It states that acceleration of an object depends on the mass of object and the amount of force applied onto the object. In mathematical terms, Newton's second law states that force is the product of mass and acceleration. To cause an object to accelerate or to speed up, a force must be applied. A more force you apply, the quicker you accelerate. Now let's look at the mathematical formula of Newton's second law again. It is a product of mass and acceleration. We've already learned that if there's more mass in an object to move it, we need more force to accelerate.
In this part, I will introduce to you the law of interaction. So, what is the law of interaction means? Let's go! Did you know that by simply standing on the ground is you are exerting force? When you are standing on the ground, your body exerts a downward forces, and the ground exerts an upward forces on your body. So there are 2 forces resulting in this interaction, and these 2 forces are called action and reaction forces. The Newton's third law of motion is the law of interaction, formally stated that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. How? The skater moves forward because the ground pushes back on the skater with an equal and opposite reaction forces. So when you push your foot on the ground, that's what we call action. And the ground pushes back on your foot, that's what we call reaction.
Newton's laws of motion are important because they are the foundation of classical mechanics, one of the main branches of physics. Mechanics is the study of how objects move or do not move when forces act upon them. Example of these technologies are the eco-friendly technologies, like in transportation. Using bicycles is one of the more practical, cost-effective, and eco-friendly option. They give off no emissions and require no gas. Walking. If you live in an urban area where housing, supermarket, and other amenities are within few blocks, you can just walk and it is also good to your body. Carpooling. Household use to get along fine with one car. If you carpool with one another, you can reduce on dependence of multiple cars and enjoy more time together. Hybrid and electric vehicles. If you must own a vehicle, make it a hybrid or electric one. These options are considerably more eco-friendly and surprisingly powerful and efficient.